Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to Let's Try Bioprototype. This is a super inexpensive game. It only cost me 5 Canadian buckaroonies, and I kind of like it already. I've only played one round of it, but I know this is going to be a game that I enjoy. And here's probably why. It seems to be, I would call this a mashup of Vampire Survivors, an excellent other cheap arcade game, as well as the cell stage of Spore. And here we have a game that takes that sort of genetic mutation, adding on like limbs and body parts and organs to your creature, combined with the arcadey roguelite mechanics of Vampire Survivor, which is great fun. So yeah, I've only gone ahead and played basically one time here. I've got a very limited collection of unlocks and progress, so we haven't done much in here. Very new to this, but I'm very excited to look into this. Right now, I guess we've got sort of starting characters we can choose from. There's quite a few different ones, except I haven't unlocked anything, so all I've got is Stommy over here, a prototype with no special ability, as well as possibly a localization text bug in here. The game hasn't been on that long. I think it came out in April. And again, you know, $5 game, very cheap. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Even rookies can handle this research, so they say. So we'll get started. So at the start, we just got our little character here, and every so often, it's gonna pew pew. And then we're just going to go and boop some things, and they're going to drop some cells, which we are going to pick up. You can see the wave has a timer. These first waves are very, very short, so we just have to survive that much. Ideally, we want to kill as much as possible because we want to pick up as many cells as possible. Now, you can see the cell counter down here. When the round ends, which it's about to, there were, I'd say, 3 cells left uncollected. And I did indeed not collect them, but we're going to see, I think what they do is they get flasked for next round, so I can't spend them now, but I should be able to get them in the next combat basically for free. Okay, so here we have to go ahead and pick up an organ. Ooh, okay. These are probably not the best organs to actually explain how this game goes. Okay, I don't think we should be spending our cells on a refresh here, but I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll because I think these are really poor early options that don't really make much sense for us. Okay, so what we've got here is a few things. And what I'm gonna do is I think I'm just gonna pick something. Fires multiple projectiles in a circle when activated. That sounds neat. We're gonna pick up that. We had two rewards. We had one and then it said loot left, 1. So we knew we were gonna pick up another one. It's a boss or elite, hits an uninjured organ. Okay, I'm gonna pick up the nerve of the clown over here. Now, let's talk about what this means. If we go into mutations, we can see our character. Our character is currently this brain here. Join the glorious evolution. And all you do is you sort of chain things along from the right side of the brain here. So the first thing we have in this chain currently is the spine of the white fox. You'll notice this has a circle shape, right? Some of the things we pick up have a circle shape. Some of them have this square shape or diamond shape over here. The circles are organs that simply activate. The squares are the things that do damage. So this spine of the white fox, all it does is every second, it activates the organ to its right. So every second, the spine of the white fox is going to fire off and trigger the tentacle of pupa to do its attack. We get an efficiency rating over here, which modifies the damage and possibly other traits of the actual organ that's doing the attack here. So that's currently fine. Now we also have the nerve of the clown here. So this activates the organ to the right of it when the left organ hits an uninjured enemy. So if I do that, for example, let's say I put this in here. So if we do this, what's going to happen is every second, we're going to fire off a tentacle of the pupa. And when this tentacle of pupa hits an uninjured enemy, the nerve of the clown is going to trigger the tentacle of starfish. Now, tentacle of starfish does much better damage, 17 damage. Now, is that actually its base stats? No, I'm going to say its base damage is 11. It's going to deal over here, though, 17 damage because it's going to operate 157% efficiency. Now, maybe this is the better organization. Maybe we want the spine of the white fox to constantly fire off tentacles of the starfish, which then when they hit an uninjured enemy, they will trigger the tentacle of the pupa. They'll both feel kind of different. I'm going to go with this orientation over here. Now, one of the big things we want to do with our cells, rather than re-roll, is we really want to spend our cells culturing our, I don't know, cell culture, I suppose is what it is. Early on, I would think that we're probably going to want to do things that improve our economy, either by increasing cell duplication chance or just getting more organs in general. Organs we don't use, we can sell, we can recycle back into cells as well, which is nice. Later on, we can get increased brain capacity, because right now there's a limit to how many organs the brain can control. We can also get multiple brains, plus extra modifiers. But for now, we're going to go ahead with this. So Still, every second, we're still going to fire... Look at my little head, it's great. Every second, we're still going to fire off this little thing. But then when it hits, you can see there, pew! It explodes things. There we go. So, I mean, already we're better. Would the other way would have been better? Like, flip the 2 organs around? I don't know. I'm not sure. Now, let's pick up this. Now, it'll probably take a few more waves before we get... Oh, I'm not picking up a whole lot of cells this round, but I guess that's fine. It'll probably take a few more waves until we get something very interesting. But you see how these organs have this stat that says vessels? Now, first of all, notice the poison bag of the crocodile doesn't have that. Vessels is how many organs can be chained to this. So nothing, right now, the poison bag of the crocodile would end the chain. Nothing could connect to it past it, so this would be the end of it. Now, some of these organs you will get will have 2 or more vessel slots, which means they actually split and multiply your chain. So we're going to go ahead and start, say, this spine of the mammoth, which does have a split too, although we might not use it, into the offspring of the sparrow, which is a fertility of 2. So we're going to get twice as many. We're going to get 2 sparrows per activation. And these have 3 slots, which mostly I'm thinking of just having them spam fire. Well, we can have this so that when the sparrow expires, it'll trigger things. That's viable. So that's one possibility. The other thing is just probably the fast firing ones. Like you. Oh, and you have a split as well. Which then will activate, let's say, a short range swipe. And Tentacle and Mushroom, which trace. Okay, that's going to be good damage. I think we're going to have to increase our brain complexity here. I think I want just another auto-firing. I don't know, that's still pretty stompy. I mean, this is going to be short-range attacks, but maybe. Let me go out here. We're going to make sure to increase our brain capacity by at least 1 level, because then we can put another thing on this. So this is when this expires, it does something. I mean, it'll do huge damage. All right, and then we still have this brain over here where we can still do some extra stuff. Let's go with that. I'm not even 100% sure if that'll work, but let's find out. Let's go and get more organ drops. Okay, so we're gonna fire out sparrows. There they go. And they are gonna be death machines. Holy cow. Oh my gosh, they're insanely good. So we're basically sitting on 4 of them. There's a brief period of overlap where we get 6. Okay, they are death machines. Not convinced our poison circle is actually firing projectiles. Yeah, I don't think that chain worked. They must not be valid sources of activations. Poisoned enemies clearly do. And obviously our little offspring do as well. Warning. Oh, okay, we got this laser grid. I learned this the hard way, that our arena has been shrunk slightly at this point. Did we just pick up heart for health there? Or is it another organ? I don't know. No, I'm not convinced our little poison circle is doing that much for us, but, you know, it's a little something. I'll probably do something else with the secondary brain rather than pooping up poison. For now, just fast fire into these shrooms, which will multiply when you hit an enemy. Although we can start some... Okay, if we do this, this is some low damage poison. Right, because of loss efficiency. But it seems, let me just check here, it doesn't seem to affect the duration. So this is 3.4 seconds. Yeah, so the duration is unchanged. So now what we can do is instead put this in when we hit a debuffed enemy. Right, so option 1 here, when this hits an enemy, it will poison them. And now when it hits a poisoned enemy, we can fire off some more things over here. Okay, our little owls aren't getting a chance. There we go. Both of my brains, the owl... Oh my god, that radius. The owl brain and the I poison things and then trigger the debuffs off of that. Both of them seem to be just handling all these enemies by themselves. We'd be able to kill everything with a single brain. But double gives us more redundancy, mostly more projectiles, just for the masses, which is great. Oh my god, this large poison area that we're just standing in. Really good. Can I afford an extra brain? Yeah, I can. Let's do it. Because if I do this... So every second, we're going to drop 1 offspring of the ant. Which isn't much, but I'll have to do. Now, when those die, we trigger a 943% efficiency follow-up attack. Possibly just fire off some incredibly powerful projectiles here. Oh, directly kills an enemy. There we go. That's what we want. Because this is dealing, like, 84 damage is pretty good. Although, I wonder... Oh, that actually works out pretty well. Hold on. Because an enemy is going to have run into the egg, kill the egg, immediately trigger a Limb of the Giant. There we go, for 400 damage. Now we're talking. And when you directly kill an enemy, you're then going to fire off even more effects, which should work. And what we're going to do is just put in some ranged attacks here. Because the enemy's just died, so there's no guarantee we're going to be near anything else. Okay, I think that's going to be really good. I'm going to throw just more radius to things, because that seems pretty useful. Okay. So, right, we're going to drop these eggs. Where are the enemies? I'm sorry, do these... On death includes when they expire? Oh, I hadn't realized that. Okay, one more wave after this one. And then we're going to go into what is presumably the final round. Warning, warning. Yeah, so we got the shortened arena. Alright, I mean, that boss is definitely on the tough side. I wonder if the boss versus elite, because they both have health bars, but this has got sort of red bracket around that. I wonder if that identifies it as a boss. I'm trying to think, were the elites, did they have yellow brackets? I might be wrong, but I kind of feel like that might have been the case. So yeah, we're just going to round in a circle over here because our little ant eggs are going to keep firing and smacking the heck out of those things. All right. Research complete. We finished. Huzzah. Took me an hour. And check our final organs. Return to the main menu, we'll get unlocked. So just checking here, Queen, offspring 25% increased fertility, organs of 0 crit chance. So this is no crit, but summon lots of stuff. This one here, +2 brain capacity when there's no organ of the same name in the brain. So you want to keep all your organs unique, but then you can fit more things in there. And then the Squanderer, you lose all cells at the start of the wave. Oh, so we don't get to retain them from round to round. The culture room costs 20% fewer cells. Okay, so you're going to want to make sure to pick up all the cells, but then your upgrades are cheaper. Anyway, I think Bioprototype is a great looking game. I suspect I'm going to have some fun with this. And yeah, it's so dirt cheap. How can you not recommend it? Thanks for watching, folks. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.